Aquariums, living works of art that are relaxing and beautiful. However, tell someone you have one, and they will have one of two responses. Aren't they a lot of work? Or, I had one once, and everything died. This is where Neptune Systems, a pioneer in the aquarium industry for over 20 years, has been changing the discussion with their monitoring and control systems.
It was in '93 I got really big into aquariums and reef tanks in particular. And there were some controllers on the market. However, they were just, outrageously expensive, well over $1,000 for, rudimentary kind of control. And so I decided that, my background in electrical engineering, I could make my own controller. Made a prototype of it and took it to some of the fish clubs that I was in and showed some of the folks there, and they wanted to buy them. There was kind of a dream or a glimmer of hope that it could be something bigger, but I always thought, you sell, 10, 20 a month, and that's kind of where you're going to top out.
Despite the allure of Silicon Valley right in his backyard, Kurt decided to see what his prototype could really do.
We started advertising on Reef Central, and we did third page size in FAMA to full page, and the phone just rang off the hook. It's like, wow, advertising really does work. And so then I knew that work out the kinks in the product and the next generation really could be, quite strong.
Realizing that his strength was engineering, not marketing, Kurt reached out for help.
When I came to Neptune, I knew I had to soften the product. I had to soften the company away from being a technical, geek kind of oriented product into something that everybody could use on their aquariums, because I thought it would make them more successful, and I really wanted to get it in their hands. We felt 2016, this is the time to bring out the next Apex. The design of the outside of the Apex was just as important to us as what we did on the inside. So the new mounting system lets the Apex flip up, and you can easily see where all the cables go. It then drops back down to keep stray water from entering the electronics. Underneath are many of the same connectors found on the previous Apex, things like switch inputs and your variable speed ports, and even Aquabus, so all of your existing modules and accessories will work with this Apex. We've also added salinity monitoring as well. And of course, for monitoring the health of your aquarium, there are the connectors for pH, ORP, temperature, and there's even a connector for 12-volt input for power outage situations. So it's actually quite amazing how many things we put into this new Apex to monitor the health of your aquarium and to control everything that you need to control. But what we really did was listen to all of the customer feedback and put some things in there like Wi-Fi. So now you have Wi-Fi if you want to use it, or you can use a wired connection. One-touch firmware updates. We now call it the Apex operating system, and with one touch on your mobile device, you can update it. With the Energy Bar 832, you can see how much power each and every device on your aquarium is using. You can then monitor that for a day, make some changes to, say, your lighting schedule or your temperature, and see how it changes the next day. The Energy Bar 832 has 3 built-in one-link ports. This means you can connect up with one cable our wave pumps, the dose to dose elements in your aquarium, and future products that we'll come out with. On the new Energy Bar, there are indicator lights that show you when each and every outlet is on or off, and they also will blink if you happen to be pulling too much current on any one outlet so that you don't overload a circuit. We know that tens of thousands of aquarists around the world count on the Apex as a critical component to their successful aquariums. This new Apex gives us the platform to continue innovating for our customers so that they can be more successful with less hassle.